let it be so. Just gotta love those G major scale, or C major, I guess. Triads. DK, yes. DI, yes, yes. It's interesting, I found earlier today, so I should just turn up the brightness a bit so I can see the screen. Very nice. Very much as I went for my cold plunge today, I did my river cold plunge, did my run, and I basically, yesterday I didn't do my cold plunge, so I ended the 33-day streak. But what I did was I decided that now today I'm going to begin another streak. So basically for, extended amounts of time, I'm not sure how long exactly, but I just told myself that I'm going to do, the cold plunge and the short sprints to the forest every single day. But also I'm going to engage in Wim Hof breathwork practice, meditation, qigong, and lucid dream study. Just kind of as a challenge to supplement. So alongside doing the cold plunge and the sprinting, it's basically what I'm doing is, what I've figured out so far is I do the qigong before I do the run. Then I run to the river, do the cold plunge, and then as soon as I've returned from the cold plunge, I go right into meditation. That's what I found so far has been effective. Let's turn that up. Oh, my cat looks like he or she wants to exit this place. Cat's a good cat. Yes, great cat. Wow. All right. I'm just gonna escort my cat. Here we go. out of key with that pan flute solo. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you gotta get out of key to go back in key. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Yes, sir. We know pinch harmonics on this channel. We are that guy. It's crazy. I'm actually, this is the hat that I purchased. Minus this trinket. It's just gonna be the super dark, this trippy dark red hat. I'm gonna find some really cool like cloth or some sort of like bandana put on it and some sort of feather. You know, something I found myself do quite frequently when I was new to busking was this, essentially. You know, something that I actually gathered from Astas Ton. You know, he does this in his video of Song Golden Dragon. He takes an incense and he places it right here. And I found myself starting to do that when I am in lengthy songwriting sessions or busking sessions. And yeah, that's just kind of a really powerful thing that I think just engaging in sensation, you know, so be it if it's using scent, very specific scents, you know, incense. This is actually patchouli. It's very good at like stimulating, I don't know, stimulating inspiration. It's very grounding. Nah, bro. The homie Dix DIXO. All I can say is to the homie, he's got a really folks name. He's gonna go through some crazy ridicule. To the homie. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, Suzy. Or SZY. Mac. Yeah, bro, it's actually, you may or may not have been on this live, but when I was doing a live and there was like thousands of people, I was like, yeah, somebody was just like, yo, can you give a shout out to my good cousin, Dixon. Yeah, then the whole thing, and you know, it's just like, and I was just blindsided. I was like, yeah, brother, of course. So I was like, give a shout out. And it just roasted me. Yeah, it's funny as fuck. And from then on, I was like, word, I guess I'll have to be conscious of who I'm shouting. Amazing. Okay. was like right on the cusp of that key. It's interesting so much how just the key shift, with this sort of strings arrangement just switches the energy so fast. It's like so ominous when it's in this sort of and then when it goes to like the majors. Yeah, we are, for those that are viewers that are new to this channel, very close. I'll say, yeah, we're even closer now. Even closer, but we are on the path to 1,000 subscribers. I'm feeling we're gonna hit it today. We're about 17 short, yeah. Pretty excited, pretty excited. Stranglehold, Ted Nugent. Never heard of that song, truthfully. Yeah, not familiar. Let's go. Missing those key shifts just slightly. What string tuning? I mean, for the strings here, these are This is in the same A sharp minor. A sharp minor. Yeah, that's kind of the scale I'm kind of feeling. Yeah, no, no, that's not. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, yeah, A sharp minor. I'm kind of just mixing around with these very unorthodox sort of keys in here. I get it. You are the chill man of the guitar world. Sure, sure. Yeah, dog. We are. That's that's one way to say it, bro. Definitely. I think most guitar men are the chill man of the guitar world. I'm just improv, improv kind of like sound journey guy. I got many names, many hats, but I'm yeah, improv harmonic guy. Wicked, yeah, very cool. These are the emojis, my guy. Top tier emojis. Yeah. Is Kill Bill instruments? Is it what? Kill Bill instrument. Honestly, never seen Kill Bill, brother. But if it's a pan flute. It is a pan flute. It's actually a Romanian nai. Yeah. I play only Ted Nugent and Fleetwood Mac. Sweet. Yeah, I'd say that's a good dynamic. I would say. I know when I was younger, I basically only played Avenged Sevenfold. So I've been there where I was just like, hey, let's just focus like one or two artists. I literally it was like 3 Days Grace, Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, from ages like 12 to 13, or no, like what is it, 11 to 13, just strictly Avenged Sevenfold, nothing else but Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah, good times though, good times. I find sort of in the realms of improv, I'm just kind of improvising around. Not only the chill guy. Sick, dude. Hell yeah, bro. Just getting love bombed. No, that's cool, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Incidentally, I'm actually, you may or may not recognize, a lot of what I'm playing is actually, it's like the bare bones of like the Last Samurai theme. That's kind of what the key I've been playing around with a lot. Yeah. I know Kill Bill, this sound resonates deeper. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a mixture, I swear, of like improvising, switching to the major scale, and then going to the A sharp minor, and almost playing around with the same score of, yeah, Last Samurai. That's like completely different right there, man. It's all over the map here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus strictly some of the arrangements that I'm doing just strictly on the guitar. All this key switching is kind of just like cooking my brain. In the best possible way, of course. There we are. So we're in the major. Let's go right into that one. I think I need more space right here. Thank you, brother. Interesting. I think I've seen what I'm doing. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Harmony, yes sir. A little bit off the map right now. I'm just like trying to improvise. Yo, sick. We are 15 away, my friends, from 1,000. I'm just here for it, bro. Such victorious. It's interesting though. I feel like what I've been doing intuitively, you know, I'm in the major scale, you know, messing around with this kind of beautiful. So for up here. I think I have an idea what to do here. Let's get back into. Yeah, I've been really really stoked today for a number of reasons, but primarily just playing around with these major scales. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you, my guy. We are so close. This is great. Oh man, damn. Wow, that's like this is legendary. 12 more. I guess just expressing that we're close to 1,000 goes a long way. Just the music just gets more celebratory because we're getting to 1,000. Oh, and that's not celebratory. No, that's like I see. It's like that. It's getting very ominous. It's kind of like I'm trying to like aim for celebratory, but it's getting very like ominous and sort of like almost like philosophical and sad. But it's like, damn, we gotta go for like super happy. We'll find the happy chords wherever they are. I don't know. I guess just philosophical is happy. Sick, dude. Okay. The Smurf, okay. Keep spamming, though. I'm going to have to sit you out, brother. My brother. Have you heard of the old 70s tune for the band called America's Acoustic? I can't say I have. Nah, man. I have not heard of this. It's the old 70s tune called the band called America Acoustic Guitars. Huh. Yeah, man. There's not this. I'm like not that tapped in with so much music, like in the sense of like I listen to a lot of the same music that I listen to America Acoustic, but as a musician it's kind of bizarre how much like I don't listen to music, very intentionally so though. That did not. So America Acoustic Guitars in Great Folk Harmonies. Oh, okay, so it's like a compilation, I imagine. No, that's not it. No, that's not it either. Yeah, so that's in that. I see. Hold up. One second. I think my brain's just getting cooked here. Interesting. It's A sharp minor. It's beautiful, but it's kind of Confusing when I'm just constantly trying to reorient it. What is on, dude? Just dying here. It feels like someone flipped on the heat. The household. Gentriff. Interesting. I'm in the middle of it, yeah. Yeah, sure. Feel free to do that. Brilliant. I've seen Eric Johnson use that technique, tapping on the strings, where the chords linger like that. Huh. So tapping on the strings. Yeah, and that's what I find is like a lot of what I find myself really enamored by is kind of just like using open strings. Like whether I'm tapping it and causing the open strings to sort of actively ring out or just striking them to sort of create. Yeah, it's very like modern fingerstyle sort of acoustic percussion. Hmm. Where's that? Man, that's just not fun with that. It's crazy actually, because for a majority of like when I was playing, honestly, the last like several years, before the last like year and a half or two, tapping was actually a weakness of mine. Like I found, let's go back to the front of this, like the sounds you create. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate that. Do you know how to play buckethead stuff? Honestly, no. I'm not very familiar with a lot of buckethead music in general. Yeah, yeah. Master of Puppets yet. I mean, you were there yesterday, bro. You were there yesterday. After you asked yesterday, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna figure this out, and I figured out the first like 10 seconds of this song. Like I did the first like 10 seconds. I don't think I have it down yet, but yeah, it's pretty easy song, but it's very low on my list. But I got you, dog. It's gonna happen because of you, because of you. For the first time in 10 years, I'll play Master of Puppets again. I'm blessed to have audience members or viewers that care that much. Be like, yo, learn some music, bro, and I'll be like, okay, let's do this. I feel like I'd be that guy. Like if I was a watcher, a viewer on streams, I'd probably be the dude like, yo, play some anime key or learn some pinch harmonics. Like, yo, learn some harmonics. I wouldn't be surprised though. I feel like a lot of guitarists don't really focus those particular dimensions. Trace Bundy is good at that too. It's good to see the technique. When I learn to play, I'll incorporate the style. Interesting. Trace Bundy. Huh. Wicked. Now I'll give her or him Trace Bundy. Yeah, there's a lot of, let's see. Ah, okay. I think someone actually recommended Trace Bundy, his TED, Stretching Limits of Acoustic Guitar. I'm almost positive. Yeah, Trace Bundy was the one I was watching. Interesting. Very cool. And honestly, I'm never surprised. Yeah, never fails to surprise me. Just watch incredible guitarists out there. And it feels an honor just to be in that sort of getting there, to getting to that realm where I can create pieces that really have like a lot of depth to them. Should listen to the album Colmes and look up there. Interesting. Huh. I know there's one song, I think it's Soothsayer. That's the song I am familiar of, but man, those there we are, that's better. That gold light was just like penetrating. It's great forelight, but or foreground. So peaceful. Interesting. Modest Mouse used to do wicked pinchharmonics. Yeah, it's crazy. I must say, for the longest time I knew, Andy McKee, and I think Mike Doss too. He did some good, like, interesting pinchharmonic stuff, and of course Alexander Misko. But I'll be honest, I rarely saw a lot of compositions do a lot of the sort of stuff that I find myself, very attracted to in pinchharmonics. Just kind of like layers and layers of just pinchharmonics focused, just well. Especially these like weird like atonal like harmonics up here. Now these guys. So pure, such a beautiful sound, but I can see you playing 70s progressive, like the band, yes. Oh yeah, now my good friend recommended me, yes. It's funny actually, because my acoustic guitar or my electric guitar is actually broken right now, sadly. But next week I'm gonna order a Ibanez. But I haven't had an electric guitar for like 2.5, 3 months, which is kind of crazy. That's the first time in my life, or the only time in my life that I've never had an electric guitar. But electric guitar is actually where I started guitar. So I have like a very like, rooted sort of like metal, punk rock, alternative rock style that eventually evolved into this fingerstyle acoustic guitar. It's kind of funny the way I sort of, the way I see it, or have seen it over the years. It's almost like the acoustic guitar, this style particularly that I play now, is basically, it's like a soulful way of connecting with the instruments. Like, it's the first time when I was like, about 10 years ago, when I was like early 20s, or like, yeah, about 20 years old, I first picked up this style of acoustic guitar and picked up this style of playing. Covering artists like Andy McKee and other artists. And yeah, it felt like it was like connecting on a soul level. It's kind of like, you can play with like various other types of like, shredding or just rocking out. But then for this kind of style, it felt like it just resonated on such a deep level. And to this day, like, that's actually why I feel like I've been able to some degree, take guitar to this point, like to this place where I've taken it, is because it actually resonates on a deeper level. Like, I can't even really explain it. It's just beautiful. Like, it's almost like, it starts with just like a soul connection, sort of what you see with like Andy McKee, his compositions like Ryolin and Art of Motion, where it's just like a beautiful, emotionally contextual performance. And then the more that I've gone, pulling these threads of acoustic guitar in this style, I've emulated more styles like Estas Tone, and using almost like, as I see it, it's more like almost like a spiritual or almost divine connection to it, where it's just like the music is flowing through you, so to speak. And it just comes to speak, like, I think there's something beautiful when you slow down. Like, I'm doing a stream right now, and I'm kind of like, maybe engaging in various aspects of like intellectualizing the guitar playing. Or sometimes, I'm trying to focus on key shifts and making it very like, very technically sound. But I think there's something so powerful to playing when you just stop. Like, you really slow down and feel into all the nuances. I'm also a bit sleep deprived, but overall, overall, it's like it's great. It's like the essence of learning to find those gaps and breathe life more into the pauses. It's very powerful in my experience. Versatile. Yeah, bro. I've actually, yeah, that's the kind of word I just used the other day. Actually, really, just versatile. Legendary. 9 subscribers away. This is crazy, bro. I mean, this is, yeah, I'm just stoked. Whereas this is where that thing is. Why am I sleep deprived? Well, I think honestly, it's just a mixture of just like not. I've been switching from using ashwagandha, which is like a adrenal regulating herb, and I spoke of that openly. And I think over the last few nights, it's kind of like as I've been readjusting my sleep schedule, adjusting to very natural forms of sleeping, which I've been getting tons of sleep. I notice I just kind of like wake up a little earlier, but then don't get those like 8+ hours of sleep. So I'll just like maybe missing an hour or so. It's weird. I'm not like profoundly sleep deprived, but I can notice in my energy where it's like, do I know any creed? I cannot say that I do. Yes, I have not performed any creed. What's going on? What's going on, Maria? Thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for chiming in. So close, so close. I would say so close so far, but yeah, 9 subscribers. This is tight. Do you know rain stick instruments? I have, yeah, my one of my partners, my previous partner, she uses them in her sort of surgeries. I've heard of like, yeah, those like little things that you kind of pour, and they, yeah, make sort of an emulation of rain. Yeah, I've actually had my eyes on this one thing called a crystal pyramid. It's like this cool little glass pyramid that spirals. Like you spin it, and then you strike it like a sound bowl, but then it makes like a beautiful spiraling sound. I would love to get myself one of those. Yeah, those crystal pyramids are beautiful, beautiful instruments. Yes. Ah, yes. What am I going to do to celebrate? I don't know. I mean, it's been like, surely make some sort of celebratory post. Maybe go for a cold plunge. It's very likely, honestly, I might just go for a celebratory cold plunge. You know, just like it's like a way of waking myself up, and then just sitting in the forest and yeah. Hmm. What do you need? Sorry, what do you need in half an hour? Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say some sort of plunge, some sort of I think what I've been thinking a lot about, you know, because I've been sort of slowly building towards this goal is like I feel I love to sort of create some sort of either a song or some sort of video concept that really is just like really immortalizing where I'm at, like where I feel like the next phase of this vision would be, you know, in this journey. Sort of what I've already done with a couple of my videos, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like part of it would just be like, yeah. Mm, beautiful. No momento. No momento. So what's the urgency of your half an hour? Fair enough. Fair enough. I think it's more of I think just like the process of being in the forest, just connecting and just connecting with where I feel like I'm really, yeah, I'm just excited to take this next phase of the journey. I don't know. I think in general, it's like hitting the 1,000 alone enough. It's just that's beautiful enough. Like that excites me. It's kind of like that's a celebration in itself. Hmm. Mercury in retrograde. It's been affecting everyone. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what I actually. This is kind of, I guess, in a sort of preempt celebration. On a different note, basically what I've decided today is, you know, I've been sort of speaking openly about the last 33 days. I've been doing cold plunges and sprints to the forest, which has been great. Kind of very intense, especially the sprinting part. But yeah, yesterday I ended that streak. I ended that 33 days. And I decided today I'm gonna actually do a whole nother challenge. And it's basically just continuing being like, all right, we'll do the cold plunges and running through the forest. But also I'm going to do meditation, Wim Hof breathwork, Qigong, and lucid dream study every single day. At least this is what I'm trying to do. I know it's gonna be like this is where I'm gonna it's basically for an experiment. I'm just gonna be like, all right, so now that I've done the successful experiment with the cold plunge and the yeah, and the sprinting, now it's just like I'm curious to see if I just integrate these consistent practices every day. When I love doing these practices, honestly, these are very yeah. very nourishing practices. But it's not something I do every single day, all these things. But I feel like it's definitely high time to just engage deeply in these beautiful meditative practices and these very nourishing practices. So I think that inherently might be some sort of domain of celebration. And that being said, I think truthfully, what I kind of see the way this is aligning is, after hitting this 1,000 mark, tomorrow's going to be an amazing celebration. Truthfully, I feel like I'm going to spend the day with my partner, go to some awesome event, go dancing, get some awesome food. It's going to be a beautiful celebration. So it's almost like tomorrow really is it's going to be a whole pure celebration. And I think it'll align beautifully, right? Hit this 1,000 mark, and yeah. And I can just feel happy that I'm like, damn, like this is a whole new chapter. Strangely enough, actually, this might seem sort of like strange, but I think what I might be doing is I'm kind of curious. I might just go to the library after this stream. I'm just gonna go to the library and actually do some lucid dreaming studying, like read about lucid dreaming for like maybe an hour or something in a library. For some reason, that feels like a really good use of my time right now. So it'll be like after the stream, just do a cold plunge and go to the library and read about lucid dreaming. Man, there's some weird stuff being recommended in my feed, but really great stuff. Mushrooms. No, I don't think I'm gonna do mushrooms to celebrate. It's a good idea though, but nah. I think just embracing the sober experience right now and just doing another cold plunge, going to the library and reading about lucid dreaming for a solid while. Sounds really great. Maybe a sauna. Sauna would be a great idea. It's funny, I found myself earlier today. I was trying to take a nap, and I basically was just kind of chilling there, kind of meditating, just resting. And for some reason, I found my mind just start to do the math of just like basically live stream math. I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, what if in the next 3 months, this happens, like XYZ, this amount of subscribers, this amount of viewers, and I was like doing the math of like what I could basically like earn, but also how I could grow and scale my channel in the next 3 months. For some reason, my mind just intuitively it was just like it's like trying to fall asleep, and mine's like, let's just do the math. And it was pretty cool. I came to some interesting conclusions. Basically, I think unconsciously my mind set the next goals. I think I know exactly where I want to be, presumably in 3 months. And it's funny because I did the same thing about 6 months ago, where I was like, in my mind, I was like, okay, if things go ideally, if I gain like 20 subscribers per stream of this thing at this point at this, then in 6 months I'll be at 1,000 subscribers, which is basically exactly where I am now. So I'm curious if my intuition of where I'm going to be at 3 months from now is going to be right. And if it is, then I'm going to be in a very beautiful place. Yo, what's going on? I'm great, my guy. Yeah, very good. feeling pretty stoked. Yeah, we're on the cusp of 1,000 subscribers, which, yeah, that's a benchmark I've been trying to get to for, well, since I started this channel, so 6 months ago. Thank you, thank you. For some reason, I just had this vision. I was like, you know, what if I just focused strictly, sort of what I'm doing right there, but even further, of acoustic percussive hits, and then try to work on, say, integrating very cohesive harmonic strikes in between. So just strictly basically like that, but lots of those. Yeah. No. Oh, that's such a weird scale. That threw me way off. Cool. Yeah, it's interesting. I feel really good about this new challenge. This like this new streak, I suppose. I'm trying to do just like the qigong and the breath work and the meditation. Even just doing like this is the thing I discovered today is I was kind of just thinking like what exactly, how would this go if I just do a run, do a cold plunge, and then as soon as I sprint back, I just sit by the fireplace and instantly go into meditation. And to my surprise, easiest thing in the world. It's like that was a moment which makes perfect sense. It was like as I exited this cold plunge, I was sitting by the fire. I was instantly just surrendering into meditation. The mind was very silent. It was very still, very calm. So as I was able to sit in this meditation, yeah, it was like no problem. 5 minutes went by like nothing. I feel very good. I feel like for this kind of challenge where it's like I'm trying to layer in these nourishing practices, I really feel it just comes down to simply the timing. Just really being conscious of the perfect timing to integrate each of these practices. And once I do so, then it's going to be very beautiful. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Let me turn this up a little bit. Master this a little bit more. Perfect. Yes, that's it. Much love. Yeah, appreciate it. We're on the goal. We're on the road to 1,000. Literally just, 9 more subscribers. I have a feeling, I'm confident that at this point, you said something about making a song, write a song for your girl. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, unconsciously and consciously, I write songs for for my partner, for my girlfriend all the time. I mean, for the partners that I've had, it's literally just like, wicked, yo, we're 8 away, legendary. Legendary. I swear though, I'm kind of, that's kind of a thing I just do. I just write, even before, I'm in the process of dating someone, I channel energy from like the energy that I feel from women in my life and then just write music about them. It's very frequently. So yeah, usually, in the process of a relationship, there's many songs written about them. Can you play something? The Desert Ambience of Dune. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Let's see, Dune. Usually how I play Dune is I play around with this alternate key and then I do key shifts. I think I kind of botched it a bit, but... Yeah, just lots of key shifts usually does very well for that. Something along this line. Just like eerie, but then just like desert sort of energy. Yeah, I love Dune. I really love the Dune soundscape. Yeah, nothing like Egyptian sort of ancient Dune energy. Like that stuff is just eerie, beautiful. Oh man, that's great. So great. Wow, that key shift was crazy. Thank you, dog. Thank you so much. I felt like that was fun, just kind of shifting into that. I haven't played around with those kind of key shifts, like Dune key shifts in a while. It's funny. That's what I find is like, key shifts of that nature. That's almost where, it's like classically you hear music, and then suddenly it's like you're hearing jazz or something, and then suddenly you go jazz to classical, and your kind of brain is just like, wow, that's like, doesn't sound right. Yeah, no, but I found that's just kind of like, it's interesting how that's like, it scratches a part of my mind when I used to be very new to improv, where I would often, make those key shift mistakes where I'd be like, oh damn, like I've key shifted, and then suddenly, the more I integrate like these Middle Eastern sort of like ancient desert kind of energy, it's like immediately, it's almost like my mind makes a shift where I'm like, oh word, this can actually be improvised. It's sort of like what Jacob Collier speaks to of like when you are creating tension and then resolving the tension, where it's like every single note has a home if you learn how to integrate it. It's like there's no wrong notes, quintessentially. Yeah, which I agree fully. I love Jacob Collier's take on that. Wicked. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit this stream for a period, go for this cold plunge while it's still moonlit a bit, where it's not like pitch black. Do the cold plunge, go to the library, read about lucid dreaming, and then once I get back, this is when I will get those last 8 subscribers. I'll return and probably do like I've been doing the last couple of days. I'll do like a late night stream. Because that actually probably answers part of my question, or part of the dimension of why I might be a little bit sleep deprived. Is probably because I've also been doing like live streams at night at like 11 o'clock or something, and it might have been like overstimulating. But overall, it's been pretty balanced. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes. All right. It is written. It is written in, yeah, whatever the ancient gladiators say. So it be written, so it be done. Sick. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for chiming in. And yeah, if this content resonates with you, feel free to subscribe to this channel. We are on the road to 1,000. We're 8 subscribers away from 1,000. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are legends. And yeah, we'll be back in the next like couple hours. Gonna do a cold plunge, go to the library, and then we'll be back and do a stream and hit 1,000. Yeah, that's the plan. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Bless you guys. Much love. Ashay.